everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren Michelle, and I come here weekly to discuss with you and talk with you a little bit about drug recovery, drug addiction, and what we kind of find along the way of our addiction into recovery. I do apologize for not being here on time this week. It's just been so miserable and gloomy in the southeast, and I don't know about you guys, but with me, my creativeness and my mental state directly correlates with the weather. More like if it's super overcast and there's no sun, I just don't feel as creative or talkative or happy, I guess, as when it's beautiful and bright out. And I think a lot of us go through this thing. I think there's actually a name for it: seasonal something disorder. So I guess I have it. But today it's getting a little bit nicer out. And this morning when I was doing yoga, I was thinking about what we could discuss today, something that might resonate with you. And it came to my mind, I started thinking about what's the hardest part of quitting? Of quitting drugs or your substance and beginning the life of abstinence or recovery. And I kept thinking, and I figured it out. It's not what everyone thinks it's going to be, like the physical withdrawals, or not hanging out with your friends, or maybe having to quit your job or whatever so you can go to recovery, maybe because your job is just too overwhelming and that's the reason maybe why you started it. The drug of your choice that got you addicted. Those things are very, very hard. I'm not going to say that they're not. But the number one thing that I have found, and let me know if you find this too, is letting go and letting life take its course. Being very spiritual, you may say letting go and letting God, or just letting go and giving yourself a break. When we do drugs as addicts, we feel like we are in complete control of ourselves. And in many ways, we are. We basically can take a pill to make us feel happy. Take a pill to make us feel more talkative. Take a pill or smoke something or drink something to make us function properly, actually. However, when we quit, there is no fast results, And one of the things that was really, really hard for me to learn how to do, but once I learned how to do it, it has made all the difference. And that is letting go and realizing that it's gonna be okay. If you have anxiety for a day, realizing that it will go away, or you can figure out how to deal with it. I know anxiety is a hard one. It's such a hard one. But again, you can either be addicted to a drug, right? A pill that you take to get rid of the anxiety, or you can learn how to deal with the anxiety. And so many people learn how to deal with anxiety. You can, take medicine like an oxycontin, right, for pain, or like chronic pain, or you can start learning how to deal with the chronic pain, like going to therapy, or maybe getting the surgery that you need. With me and with adderall, I had to learn how to really kind of like function again in a way that is productive. I depended so much on adderall to get up and get out of bed that I almost forgot like how to pay a bill, or I couldn't think straight. It's the strangest thing when you depend on a substance to do basic everyday things. It is the strangest thing when you stop and the only thing your body knows how to do is to shut off, basically. Like, you can't even sleep properly anymore. Like, when you sleep, you're kind of like in this state of like, I don't know, am I even alive? I'm in this kind of like, mental state of like confusion all the time. And it's so tiring. And the hardest part for me was to say, this will change. This will change. I will get better. One of the things I will get better, I will learn how to deal with how I am. Because normal people, like without using drugs and alcohol, they learn things. Like they learn how to organize their time so that they can get things done that's important. They learn how to prioritize, right? We learn how to do all these things that, as a drug addict, for me, I never really learned how to do because I depended on the drug to give me all this energy, and I did it all. And so to the point where, like, I did things that really didn't need to be done, and I got a little bit like OCD on things that were really not that important. But they were to me because everything was. I never learned how to prioritize my time and the things that I needed to do. And I learned how to do that. I now have learned how to do that, like with little tricks and tips that I've learned along the way that we are supposed to learn when we grow up, you know? I mean, we go to school to learn how to read and write, but you know, the school of life teaches you how to, you know, get ready and get out of the house on a proper time, you know, eat properly so that you don't gain all this weight, or, you know, work out, or how to, you know, sleep right, or how to learn how to not get so upset when things don't work out your way. One of the things that my sister told me one time, and Shanna, if you're listening to this, hey, I gained 30 pounds. And like, it was 30 pounds of not just like 30 pounds, but I was really into working out, you know, like working out and muscular, you know, and all that. So not only did I gain 30 pounds, but I lost a lot of muscle. So I was so upset with myself. And a lot of the reason why I started taking Adderall in the first place was control. I wanted to be able to control my time. I wanted to be able to control my weight. I wanted to be able to control that need to want to eat, you know? And so here I was, and I totally didn't know how to control anything. Did I relapse? Hell yeah, I relapsed. It took me quite a few times before I was able to finally say, okay. And what I was saying with my sister was that she said to me, you know, I was so down about my weight, and I was so upset about not being where I wanted to be. And she said to me, you know what, Lauren? Then you just get up and you start working out and you just start doing something. It will change, you know? Maybe not tomorrow, but a month from now, you may have, you know, gotten 4 pounds lighter or gotten more muscular, but you've got to just decide to go ahead and start. You've got to start somewhere. And it's always resonated with me what she said that day, and I now use that towards every aspect of my life, whether it be a new career, or a new relationship, or a new, you know, chore, or any kind of something that's new, that's hard. I say to myself, you know what? In a month, this will come so easy to me. But I've got to give myself this learning curve time. I've got to give myself and my mind and my body the ability to learn. And doing things over and over again, gives your body and your mind the ability to become more flexible and become more open to change. And it's so, what's the word that I'm looking for? Satisfying. It's so satisfying to say at the end of the day that I've done all of this myself. I've taught myself new ways of living life, and that just getting things done isn't so important anymore. But me accomplishing and learning how to get things done and learning what's important and what's not, now those are the things that I find to be satisfying. So, to make a long YouTube video short, the hardest part is letting go of the control. Letting go and realizing that life and yourself is not something that can just change like this. Things come. Life is great, and there's so much possibility in this world that you can do on your own, but you've just got to give yourself the ability to fail and to pick yourself back up and to learn from it. Because what do we learn the most from in life? Our accomplishments? No. We learn the most from our failures. If you think back in life and you say, what are the memories that I remember? Most likely it's going to be the things that you've learned from, and most likely it's going to be the things that you failed and you picked yourself up and you learned how to do it. So I hope this all helped you guys just to kind of maybe let go of all the control that you have over yourself, all the, beating up on yourself, like, why can't I get this right? Just let it go. It will come. You are smarter than you think you are. You are stronger than you think you are. Drug addicts and people in recovery, I swear, are some of the smartest people that I know. We have learned to recreate ourselves many different ways. We have done things and learned how to figure things out that I don't know how we do it, but we've done it. And you've got to give yourself a break. Thank you again. Hey guys, please subscribe here. I'm doing this whole thing the old-fashioned way. Like, I'm not even reaching out to my friends or anything and asking them to subscribe, because I really just want this to be a place for addicts, and so if people search these keywords, I guess, in the subject, then they'll find me. So I hope that you subscribe, and I hope that you give it a thumbs up if you think that I made any sense. And even if you don't, I guess you can give me a thumbs down. That's fine. I can handle it. I learned from it, right? All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.